It's safe to say that the solo filmmaking landscape is pretty much unrecognisable from 10 or 15 years ago when I first started my career as a videographer, shooting commercials, short films, wedding videos, whatever I could get my hands on, to be completely honest with you. And there's a load of things as a beginner that I thought was really important when I should have focused on the things that I focus on now as a professional in the industry. So I hope that this video is going to be really valuable for those of you that are starting your career in 2025, because I know that the landscape is very different from when I started, but we're going to try and cut out all the noise, cut out all the things that you don't really need to be focusing your time and energy on, and really just focus on the things that are going to matter: storytelling, videography skills, getting clients, and hopefully earning more money. So let's get stuck into today's video. Thank you to Artlists for sponsoring it. And first up, mate, the thing as a beginner that I put all of my focus and energy on, which mattered more then but really doesn't matter now: gear. Stop focusing your time and your energy on camera gear, lenses. All of this stuff is nice to have, but it's really not going to make you a better videographer and get you better jobs. The thing that professionals really worry about isn't the gear, it's composition and camera movement. So if your framing tells you something about your character or the subject that you're shooting, that is going to have so much more impact than the gear that you're using. The gear is almost completely irrelevant. If your framing allows you to tell the audience something about your character, that is going to be so much more immersive and actually tell a better story than simply just having a better lens or camera. And also your camera movement is also going to motivate the audience to believe something in the scene. We're trying to tell a story. We're trying to make the audience feel something. The gear isn't going to make them feel something, but the framing and the camera movement is. So make sure that you focus on that, because that is something that is such a money and time waster. Try your best to not focus on the gear, but focus on what you actually do with the camera and how you frame up your shots. Number 2, take your time and slowly build your client base. There's a phrase that I really like, and it's start local before you go global. If you can slowly build up your client base from the ground level and slowly add on to that network, that is going to be the most valuable thing that you build over your career. Not your portfolio, but your network of people. Because if you do a job for someone in a really, really small industry, something tiny in the wedding industry, for example, you do a job for them, you never know where they're going to go in their career. And if you do a really, really good, solid job for them from the start, wherever they go in their career, you're going to be in the back of their mind, mate, as that bloke or as that girl to go to for video. And that is something that's going to be so valuable for you as a beginner. Number 3, pre-production and organization. Now, as a beginner, you just want to get the camera in your hands, get out there and start shooting. But your video, your story is going to be 10 times better if you put in a load of more time in pre-production. As a professional videographer now, most of my time now actually goes to pre-production. I might do like 3 or 4 days of pre-production for like a 2-day shoot. A lot of the times it's a hell of a lot more than that. If I'm shooting like a narrative piece, I might be doing pre-production for like 2 weeks before I actually get on set and do like a 3-day shoot. So if you spend a lot more time in pre-production, you are going to be so much more prepared for that shoot when you actually get there, and you're going to tell a much better story. That's getting everyone on the shoot on board, on the same page, building mood boards, building art boards. I do this all the time, especially on Artlists. I've got my art boards there for my clients so I can get everyone on the shoot organised, ready. They know what we're getting, we know where we're going, and we know the entire landscape of what we're actually shooting. For me, the most important thing is that I can build the story out in my head and then get that onto paper before I go out onto a shoot. And when I first started out as a beginner, I didn't give that hardly any time at all, or anywhere near as much as I should have. Because at the end of the day, if you're turning up to set and you've got a rough idea as to what you want to do, if you haven't got it down physically on a piece of paper or digitally, I do pretty much all of my work digitally now. I even use AI tools to build out my pre-production storyboards, my shot lists, everything like that before I even get on set. And that's using Artlists AI image generator so that I can literally generate my storyboard, the look that I want to go for when we're on the shoot, and I can give that out to my crew before they get there on the day. They know what we're trying to achieve. I've got each shot ready, storyboarded, ready for me to rock and roll when we're on set, so we waste no time because on set, time is money. If you can get your pre-production, everyone in the team ready, that is a professional skill that you don't typically think about when you start out as a beginner. Pre-production is everything, and if you can nail it, there's no doubt that the actual production of your shoot is going to go 10 times better. Never ever underestimate pre-production. Number 4, beginners give the visuals so much more importance than the audio. And as you slowly progress through your career, you really start to understand the importance of good audio. Audio is so important, and it really actually brings your video to life. Visuals are beautiful. We all love a nice camera, a nice sensor, a nice lens, some beautiful light, a beautiful sunset, that warm, beautiful, juicy glow. We love it, mate. However, that is so flat and so boring and unexperiential. I think that's a word. There's hardly any experience when you just see the visuals. When you add your sound design to every single clip, it really allows your audience to actually feel like they're a part of that scene. They're not just looking at it. They're actually a part of that experience, and that sound really draws your audience in. And when you first start out, you hardly even consider it. Professionals give that sound design the utmost importance because they know that is going to be the thing that really immerses their audience into the video that they're watching. And also, when it comes to soundtracks, this also goes into your pre-production and also your organization. So for me, pre-production is going through tracks, listening to tracks to see which one is giving me the right vibe, the right pace, the right emotion for my video, so that when I actually go and shoot my video, I've already kind of edited it with the track, with my storyboard, my shot list. So when I actually get on set, I know the exact pace and the flow of the video that I'm trying to shoot. And getting the right track is honestly so important. I think it is one of the most underrated things when it comes to video. Don't just pull a track in, random track from a random site. You want to go through and get a decent track that actually fits the mood, the vibe, the pace of the project that you're shooting. Now, obviously, I get all of my tracks from Artlists and also the sound design. You have to have a library of tracks, sound effects. Them things are really going to allow your video to come to life and not just be another piece of content online. Your audio, the tracks need to be as important as the visuals, and beginners a lot of times overlook that, myself included. Next up is light. Now, as a beginner videographer, you very, very rarely think about light. And in my opinion, I'm still not even close to nailing and understanding light in the way that I want to, right? I feel like I completely understand cameras, I understand those as a tool, but understanding how light works is still something that I'm really trying my best to become as well versed as I possibly can. I don't believe that the camera actually captures video. I actually believe that the light is the video itself. So something that you'll notice is beginners really don't focus on light. But as you slowly progress into a better and better videographer, light is everything. I very, very rarely get my camera out anymore to check a frame without thinking about where the light is. Usually I'll go to a location, go to a spot, or set up my lights and then get my camera out. I used to get my camera out first, then think about how I'm going to light around my frame. First up now, I'm like, right, where's the light? Where does it look the best? Where's it going to tell the story that I want to tell? How is it going to make our audience feel? How's it going to make our subject in the video look? And then I can get my camera out and frame up around that. Honestly, I don't expect people to really get light straight away because I'm still getting it myself, and it is hard. It took me 10 years to understand light, if I'm completely honest with you. So I don't expect people that are just coming into the industry to really get it first off. However, if you can give it the thought and the importance that a professional does, it's going to set you off in the right direction so much quicker than a beginner that just worries about gear. Lighting, number one most important thing in my opinion when it comes to video. And finally, the last one is actually adopting new tools and new technology. Now, a lot of people back in the day when film was a thing, they were really reluctant to moving over to digital. Now, if you was to do that, you'd be stuck in the dust. Your career would be dead and you would never actually advance and stay in this career, mate. You'd be shooting film for fun and it'd cost you a hell of a lot of money. Being open to new technologies in this game is so important, and it's something that I'm really like pushing myself to. Instead of just trying to stay in my old ways, I'm making sure that I'm fully up to date with what's going on in the industry. So obviously in 2025, we really need to make sure that no matter where we are in our career, we are constantly allowing new technology to come in and use it to our advantage. Don't be scared of it. You lot know what I'm talking about, mate. AI. Now, I've been using AI quite a lot, especially for my pre-production. I've got my Artlists AI image generator to literally generate images for my mood board, for my storyboards, before I even step on set, and then I can give that to my team, the crew, my talent that I'm shooting. That allows them to be on the same page as what I've got up in my head. I did make a video about this specifically. I'll leave it in the description below so that you can go and check it out. But there's so many AI tools that we can actually use to our advantage as videographers and filmmakers, and we definitely need to at least be dipping our toes and understanding how they work. Most of the time I'm using the text to image feature on Artlists to essentially just get a shot or a scene that I want to add into my artboard, and you can now actually upload an image and generate that image into video. And of course we've obviously got AI voiceover generators, and we've now actually got the ability to upload an audio file, and then AI takes that voice and generates whatever voiceover you want. The fact that AI can do the things it can today, it is massively going to disrupt our industry, and we need to be on the right side of it. We want to make sure that we're not getting absolutely taken out by this big wave of AI that is coming into our industry. We need to ride that wave instead of allow it to crash all over us, because that ain't going to be very nice, mate. It's coming whatever way you think about it. Make sure that you adopt new technology in this game, because we are in a technology career. We need to make sure that we're up to date with the technology. Don't think too much about the gear, but new technologies that are coming in, make sure that you adopt them using to your advantage, because if you don't, you are going to get left behind. So in 2025, if you lot are thinking about becoming a videographer or a content creator, there literally hasn't been more opportunity than right now. If you can utilize all the tools that we've got at our disposal, you can go so far, and there's going to be so many industries that pop up in the next 5 to 10 years that you can really take advantage of. And if you solely want to be a videographer, please take some of these tips and tricks that I've given you today, because I'm so fortunate to have been in this industry the last 15 years. Honestly, I wouldn't change it for anything. It's been incredible. Like, I've had the best experiences, traveled the best places, met the best people, and it is the most fulfilling thing when you set out, you do your pre-production for a shoot, you go to the production, you shoot it, you bring it back, you edit it, then you have your final piece, and then you deliver it to a client. They're happy, you get paid for it. Honestly, I don't think there's no better feeling. And I really, really hope that you guys get to experience that as well. And I hope that these tips and tricks have been really valuable for you, because honestly, I want all of you lot to enjoy the best career you possibly can. Anyway, you lot, thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'll leave a link in the first line of my description if you want to go and check out Artlists. You'll get 2 months for free on an annual subscription via that link. And as always, mate, I'll be catching you lot on set, mate. Oh,